Yo, wagwan there. This is Skylanta Uganda. I'm the only Skylanta Uganda that is there. There's no one, by the way. I had some guys who are saying I'm going to name my child Skylanta. Stop it! There's only me. Anyway, you're welcome to my channel and you can subscribe as well as put a reminder so that if I put something new, you got it. This video right here I'm going to do right now for you is a special. I'm going to be talking about myself. I have things that even me I don't know about myself. But the questions I'll answer and I'll make sure you enjoy it. So let's get into the video. Skylanta is the best thing you've met on internet today. My name is Kahiru Abraham. That is the one they gave me in the village. But when you get to town, you want to be a more independent and stellar person, and I call myself Skylanta Uganda. The reason I called myself Skylanta is when I was still a young child, I watched a movie and then there was a lady called Sky. She was not a lady, she was hot, she was a beauty, she was steaming, she was... Is Anne watching this? Anyway, Sky was beautiful. So what I did, because I talked about her so much, they ended up calling me Sky for some reason. That aside, I loved hip-hop so much, so I listened to all kinds of hip-hop. But in these icons, T.I. and Ludacris stood out. And these two are from Atlanta, so it means I loved Atlanta for bringing talent to the world. And then there was this hot chick. But of course, Anna is older than her, but I'm just saying this was in the past. So they came together and made Skylanta. And then Uganda, who doesn't love their country? So I was born in Rukunjiri. I was born in Rukunjiri. Rukunjiri is in the western part of Uganda. And from Rukunjiri is where I spent most of my childhood. Like maybe until I was 5. And in this time, of course, I joined school at the village school. So from the village, I was taken in by my auntie in Kampala, Aunt Joy, God rest her soul. And I was at her house for some few months. And then from there, my cousin brother, by then who was living in Barra, the late Pastor Alan, he took me in. And he was like, let me look after this child, bring him to me. On that day, now, this is the best part of this story. On that day, I was not used to traveling. I had never traveled in a bus. They got me from Rukunjiri on a pickup. So I had never used the public means. So he gets me and puts me in front of the bus seats. There are 2 bus seats, so he puts me in one. And then he walks out. And I was like, this guy has abandoned me here. Yeah. I cried like for 30 minutes and the whole bus park was looking for him. Imagine that situation. Anyway, that was then. We went to Mbara and life started. Life became beautiful. And now here in Mbara, remember he was a pastor, so it means he had a church in Mbara. It was fun. There are people everywhere. I met lots of people. I made lots of friends. I learned bad manners as well. Because, you know, the church is like a garage. People come in for repair. You know, people come in and they leave. People come in and they leave. It means there are people who will come and they'll have a good healing of the spirit and go. And then there are those ones who will come, get healed, then break down before they leave. You know? So, I learned many things at church. Fast forward, I started doing music in church. Here we are. I have Graham Keys. By the way, Graham Keys is one of the best piano players that have ever walked this earth. Graham, where's the money for Garango? Yeah, so that man is the greatest piano player I've ever met. So Graham starts a band, and this band would later come to be 12 Keys, which is currently still running, and one of the big brands we have in the Western region. So, and I'm now speaking on the scope of Western region. I've not yet gone far, by the way. I'm just getting launched. So Graham starts a band, and here we are in church doing music. It was an amazing thing. We are visiting schools. That was the best part, visiting schools, especially girls' schools. Anyway, we're there doing ministry, and then an idea comes to Graham And he says, but we can do this for money. We can do this and we can make some money on the side. We can play at a wedding. We can, And of course, we were the followers and we thought it was a brilliant idea because money was involved, and indeed it was brilliant. I worked with Graham for around 10 years because I started with him even when I was still in high school. I worked with him for like 10 years. And those are 10 solid years of an amazing relationship in that band. So after 10 years, in those 10 years, I learned lots of things. I learned how to write my own music. I even recorded songs. Now I even learned how to play drums. I learned how to play drums. And now, after 10 years, all this has happened. All this experience has been gathered. I have made contacts. I've made friends. After 10 years, I had a vision as well to start a band. Subscribe.